said, I'm a school teacher, and as a teacher, I probably learn more than I teach. I learned a while back how to deal with a bad day. I had to call the young man's mother and talk to her about his behavior in class. I looked up her number, and I was kind of dreading the phone call anyway. And I dialed the phone, and this man picked up the phone and said, "Hello." I said, "Is Cindy there?" He said, "Cindy? Ain't nobody named Cindy lives here." And he just slammed the phone down. And I thought, man, I didn't deserve that. That's kind of rude. I went back and looked up the number again, and I had written 89 instead of 98. Honest mistake. I called and talked to Cindy, and it didn't go quite as bad as I had figured it would, so that was all right, but I was still kind of fuming over this guy being rude. I looked down there and saw that number and dialed it. He picked up the phone and said, "Hello?" I said, "You're an idiot," and I just hung up. Man, that felt good. I just thought, wow, that just relieved some pressure. So I put that card in my drawer. And for the next few days, whenever I have a stressful situation, I just dial his number and he answered the phone. I'd say, "You're an idiot," and I'd just hang up. Dadgum, that just felt good. Well, then I got worried that maybe he had caller ID and he was going to figure out who was calling. So I thought about it. I called him up and said, "Sir, this is John from AT&T. We're checking to see if you like your caller ID program." He said, "I don't have caller ID," and he slammed the phone down. So I called him back. I said, "That's because you're an idiot." And then I added him to speed dial. Yeah, it was a couple weeks later. I was pulling into Walmart, and it's weather like it is today, so I was trying to find a place close enough that I wasn't going to get too soaking wet. Finally found a spot, and this Cadillac was just backing out of the space, so I sat and waited for him. Sure enough, just as this car got out and started to pull away, this black Beamer pulled around me and just whipped into that spot. And I thought, "You gotta be kidding me." I rolled down my window and I said, "Hey, what's the deal?" He just smiled at me and turned around and walked off, and I thought, that is so rude. Well, it's about then that I noticed the for sale sign on that Beamer had a phone number. I said, "That's awesome." As soon as I got home, I dialed that number. This old boy answered the phone. I said, "Are you the one with the black Beamer for sale?" He said, "I sure am." I said, "That's awesome." He said, "Yeah, it's at 7201 West Willow. Parked out front of a big yellow house. Come and see it." I said, "Who am I talking to?" He said, "This is Henry." I said, "Hank, can I tell you something?" He said, "It's Henry." I said, "Yes, Hank, I got that. Can I tell you something?" He said, "What's that?" I said, "Hank, you're an idiot." I added him to speed dial. You know, this was pretty good. I had 2 idiots to call anytime I was stressed out. I just called one of them up and let them know. But you know, the new kind of wears off of things after a while. I was having a really bad day one day, so I called idiot number 1. He answered the phone. I said, "You're an idiot," but I didn't hang up. He said, "Who is this?" I said, "Wouldn't you like to know?" He said, "I would, and if I find out, I'm going to whoop you." I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. My name's Henry. I live at 7201 West Willow, big yellow house with a black Beamer. You just come on over and whoop your hand." He said, "I'll be there in 10. I hung up the phone and I called Henry. I said, "You're an idiot." But I didn't hang up. He said, "You need to stop calling me." I said, "I'm gonna, because I'm on my way to your house right now, Henry." He said, "What are you coming here for?" I said, "What do you think I'm coming there for? I'm going to whoop you." He said, "Well, you just bring it, pal." I said, I will, and I hung up the phone and I called the police. I told them my name was Henry, I lived at 7201 Willis Street, and my lover was on his way over to kill me. And then I drove over to his house. Watching them two idiots beat the crap out of each other before they got arrested was the best day of my life. That, folks, is cowboy logic. This is called The Anthem by Buck Ramsey. And in the morning, I was riding out to the brakes of that long plane. Leather creaking in the quieting would sound, would trot, and trot again. I lived in time with horses calling. I listened well and heard the calling, heard my mother did to me, though I would still ride wild and free. And as I flew out on the morning, before the bird, before the dawn, my heart would beat the world of warning. I was the poem. I was the song. Those horsemen now rode all with me, and they were good. They were free. We were not told, but ours knowing we were the native strangers there amid the king's land was growing. To know this gave us a moment care to let the streams keep it their flowing, to let the grass keep its growing. We knew the land would not be ours, and no one has the awful powers to claim that vast and common nesting, to own the life that gave him birth, much less to rape his mother earth and ask her for a mother's blessing, or ever live in peace with her, or dying under the rest of her. Oh, we would ride, we would listen, hear the message on the wind. The grass in the morning dew would glisten until the sun would dry and blend the grass to ground, the air to sky. We'd know by bird or insect flying, and by their mood, by their song, time and moon were right or wrong for fitting works, rounds to weather. The critter coats or leaves of trees might flash some signal on the breeze, or sun or wind on the flower feather. We knew our way from dawn to dawn, and far beyond, so far beyond. It was the old ones with me riding out through the fall of the dawn, and they would press me to deciding if we were right or we were wrong. For time came, we punched cattle from my knew not spur nor sap. They came with locusts in their purse to scatter loose upon the earth. The savage hadn't found this prairie till someone who hired us came this way to make the grasses pay and pay for some raw greed. No wise, no wary, regard the grass to satisfy. The old ones wept, so did I. Do you remember we'd come riding into town and jingle in our jeans? In the wild nights we'd be bogging up to our hats in last month's streams. Seemed the night could barely hold us with all those spirits to employ us. While horses waited on three legs, we'd drain the night down to the graves. But just before, beyond redemption, we returned to where we were, and the money left us there and had our horses to the wagon. But in the ruckus, in the world, man, we were the wolves of all the world. The grass was growing scarce but crazy, would soon turn sod or soon turn bare. The money man set to replacing the good and true in spirit there. We couldn't tell, there was no knowing how ill the future winds would blow. Some cowboys even shunned the ways of the cowboys in the trail their days, but where's the gift not turned for plunder? They forgot we're what we do, not the things we lay claim to. I dreamed this fellow we were under. So I throw in with a cowboy band and head out horseback through the land. Mornings now, I go out riding through the pastures of my solemn plain. Leather creaking in the quiet, and the sound would trot and trot again. I live in time with horses calling. I listen well and I heed the calling the earth my mother gives to me, though I will still ride wild and free. And as I fly out on the moon, before the bird, before the dawn, my heart will beat the world of morning I'll be the poem. I'll be the song. And these men will all ride with me, and we'll be good, and we'll be free. Anthem by Bill Graham.